How's it going, guys? Back again for another video. This is day one of week 6, and we start things off with the deadlift day. And if you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that my deadlift days of recent anyway, I've been starting off with some squats and nothing has changed. So we have the safety bar squat, 1.5 reps. Again, just mainly focus on trying to utilize my quads as much as possible. So when I'm going down into the hole, or in the bottom position as we call it, I'm still trying to focus on keeping my knees forward as much as I can in order to get the most out of the quads in the movement and put as much tension on them as possible. So I speed things up here as this is all my sets. So I'm doing this in an EMOM fashion, basically meaning that every minute on the minute I do my 3 reps, and for the remainder of those 60 seconds I then go again. Now I remember as I was performing these sets, I kept on finding myself like not necessarily gasping, but I just felt myself just being more and more out of breath. And even though every set was very doable, I do remember having that feeling like, oh, today feels tough. And I remember that night, I feel like I had a decent night's sleep. Not the best, but a decent night's sleep. So I was a bit worried. Was it because of that and whatnot? And it wasn't until once I finished the exercise, this is my last set here, and then I started stripping the bar, and I realized that this particular SSB bar is a 32 kilo bar. So in my mind, previously when I've done this before, I was using a 25 kilo bar. So I had the necessary weight on there. So in my mind, I was like, because I'm doing 100 kilos, I'm just going to load 100 kilos on the bar. Not knowing that I obviously did, 112 kilos. So that's why I was sweating a little bit more than usual. Nonetheless, that didn't necessarily affect the rest of my session, though I was definitely a bit more tired for sure. And this was my second set, my last set as well of my deadlifts. So first set I did 140 kilos for 10, and then we progressed on to 160 kilos, and you're about to see all reps here. I think actually once we kind of go through the counting, I say 10 reps, and I think I did 11, annoyingly. I was getting a bit annoyed as the set was going on that I kept on like hitting one side off the ground, because I'm doing so many reps. Trying to do a complete dead stop for me personally, it was just going to be too taxing. So I kind of wanted to get through the movement as quick as possible, while still obviously keeping some control, as you can see. So the first 3 reps are fine, and then I think it's now where you can kind of see very subtly like one side hits the ground first, then the other, and it was kind of throwing me off a little bit, which was really annoying. But I still managed to keep my composure. I didn't rush any reps, and it was that one there that I was kind of like, I'm just going to do one more, to which I did here, and I thought that was a 10th rep. But yeah, once again I look back and I counted, I actually did 11 reps. And then we move over to accessories. With my deadlift days, I do my quad work, and with the deficit Bulgarian split squats, I've always been doing this exercise. I've done it in the past. I've worked up quite well with it as well. But what's been a bit of I don't want to say a game changer as such, but what's made a big difference is using that stick there, as you can see me, as you can see. And I just feel like in terms of stabilizing the exercise, I've really just tried to prioritize that more than anything, and it's made such a difference to how much more I feel the exercise. Whereas before I'd always have 2 dumbbells and I'd kind of just like power through. Whereas now, even though I'm using lighter loads, because I'm so much more stable, I can actually just focus on just trying to get my quad to work as hard as possible. So it's going to be something I definitely want to progress with moving forward. Then we have here my probably most dreaded exercise after the Bulgarian split squats, the hack squat. Honestly, when I see people do anything beyond 20 kilos per side, and even sometimes when I see people like put loads of plates on there, I'm just like, how? Like, I wish I had the same quads as you, because for me, I'm here struggling. I think this was a set of 15 with 15s on each side, and like honestly, my soul leaves my body every time I do this. I have to really psych myself up. Honestly, it's not an exercise for the faint-hearted. Then we finish off with the Copenhagen side planks, and this is something that I've been actually enjoying, especially now I'm able to get more range plus now more repetitions. I've been really enjoying this exercise and just kind of trying to challenge myself as much as possible with not only just the range, but also trying to increase the repetitions each and every single time I feel myself progressing. So far, so good. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you for day 2.